All right, guys, I got a big box of candy just in, vintage candy. So if you like that sort of thing, hang out with me. Want to see what's inside. This is a big one, heavy one. Also got another one in, but I don't know if I'm going to have the nerves to go through all this. As you see, this is a pretty big box, jam full of this shit. So let's go ahead and dig in and see what came in the mail today. Give me 1 second. They really taper mache'd this. Yeah, if you're kind of new to my shit, I love old candy items. Pretty much anything from the 80s. That's sort of novelty, specialty. I mean, not specialty, but kid themed items. Lately, I've been on more of a selling sort of streak due to a pretty horrific financial situation. Just personally, financial bad situation. Anyway, let's go ahead and get in here. It's a big one, I'm telling you. It's going to take a little while. That's why I don't think I can get to this right now. But I'll probably be back this evening to get the next one. All right, let's dig in. Yeah, so over the past weekend, I bought 6 big candy lots. And you've already seen me open 2 of them. This will be the 3rd. First thing out of the gate is a pretty damn rare liquid candy drops. This is something you might remember from the late 90s. There was a kind of a fad of these little tiny drops you'd put on your tongue. That's pretty cool. I actually didn't have that. I had the singles, excuse me, but I haven't had the little dual pack. This is one of my favorite candy containers of all time. This will be the 1995 Emerald Aquarium candy. It's supposed to look like see-through basic corn syrup, but it's supposed to mimic an aquarium. There's nothing inside except for the corn syrup. The fish are printed on the top. This could have been much cooler, but I still love it. It's one of my all-time favorite candy containers. This is a fragment from a detective bubble gum. It's missing the back of the card. This is something I don't get a lot in. I don't get a lot of Pez in. Most Pez people, they don't collect this stuff, and most people that collect this stuff don't fuck with Pez, and I'm certainly one of them. I just know I can't go down this road with Pez. I'll end up with a divorce, and I don't want to. I want to keep my family, so I can't add a big category like Pez to my little mission here. But anyway, okay, the next thing is a carousel. This I don't have time to look at the date, but I'm pretty sure this is 2001 to 2005. Now, they actually still make these, but they don't look like this anymore. This will be from the early 2000s. It's a 4-pack. All right, let's keep grabbing. It's a big one, guys. All right, next up. I love when these come in. These are Cookie Chews. You guys have seen me open these many times, different colors. Also different brands, though. I can't grab my other ones. I probably have 20 of these at this point, but and I sell them too. So over the years, I've sold a bunch of them. Now, this is going to be the original Zeeb's Enterprises. These date to the mid-90s. Pretty cool. Next up is going to be the Foreign Candy Company. That's the name of the company, the Foreign Candy Company. They're the makers of Warheads candy, if you like Warheads. Now, the Hissy Fit candy line has been out since the late 90s. Let's see when this one's from. They're typically really good at dating, but not this time. I notice it says patent pending, so this might be one of the original ones. In fact, I've never even held one of these before, this format, this circle format, so I'm definitely keeping that in the collection. Put that over there. Next up is a super lame lump of coal tin. I hate tins. Inside is mysteriously wrapped something. Should I open this? I might save this for a different video. That'll be a little mystery video. There's some mysterious grime coming off of it. I mean, I reckon it's candy, you know, lump of cold candy, but I don't know why it looks like this. This is very sketch. Next up is going to be another one of those cookie chews, but look, it's not Zeebs, it's Kid Zone. So since the last video when I opened one of these, I got to the bottom of Kid Zone. This is the original brand that later became Zeebs Enterprises. This is a super cool black one. I don't recall ever having a black example, so I'm definitely keeping this one. This is definitely the best color for this candy line for sure. That just looks super cool. Yeah, so I bought this lot. I bought all the 6 lots I bought over the weekend. I bought them all to flip. And plus, you know, I just need adventure in my life. I mean, that's why I do this. And so opening big, mysterious lots of candy is just one of my kinks, basically. Next up is something I've never personally seen because I don't collect M&M shit. But a lot of people do, and this will actually sell very well. If you don't mind, I won't talk much more about anything related to M&M's merch. Next up, without looking, this is definitely going to be the Albert's Baby Shakes pacifier. Yeah, I get these in constantly. There you go, Baby Shakes. This one's empty, which is unusual. They're always full. I don't even think people even ate these back in the day. Yeah, really crappy. This is worth $0. No one even wants those. This is one I've known about for a while. I've actually never handled this before, so I'll definitely be keeping this. But it's a stone gum necklace. Some people have misidentified these as a Flintstone boulder candy in the past, but this isn't. This is by Good Light, and I actually needed this one. So I'm getting some things I needed. I'll go ahead and start making a pile over here. All right, guys, got a lot more to go through. Next up is going to be a 2001 Amaral. This is one of the last Amaral novelty candies. A lot of people don't even know about this. That's because this is not from the 90s, as most of us know Amaral for. This is one of their last ones. I think it is their last one, actually. Now I'm talking about plastic novelty candy. They eventually sold to Wrigley's Chew. Anyway, I can't find the date right off, but just trust me, 2001. Next up is a super cool, I actually already have this one, but it's very rare. And I can't wait to sell this. I've never been able to sell one because they're so rare, but this is going to be the Worms and Dirt Oreo Special Edition. So Worms and Dirt first came out with Zeebs Enterprises, the makers of Cookie Chew. They made so many bangers back in the 90s. This is one of my favorite. What you're looking at is basically cookie crumbs, and there's gummy worms. And so it's being sold as basically, fishing bait. Comes in little things like this. But they made 2 types. They made 3 types. And this is the rarest. This is the one where they used branded Oreo cookie crumbs. I've only ever seen 2 examples, and I have both of them. Now, that doesn't mean there's much value there, by the way. With candy, this isn't a massive category as far as collecting. Now, candy itself is massive, of course, because everyone likes candy. Okay, next up is going to be a Morris National candy mug. Every time I get these in, they always have debris right here. So these have bad seals on them. No one wants them anyway, so I'm always stuck with these. So, yeah, there you go, Morris National. Next up is one. This is probably also going to be Morris National. I've actually never held this variant, but I definitely have a bunch of bubble chalk. Let's go ahead and check the back. I'm sorry, this is by Ludo. Yeah, this is pretty obscure, kind of a generic. I mean, it's not super cool, but I've actually never handled this, so definitely going to go in the keeper pile for now. But this is the one that you typically see, right? And this is going to be by the Foreign Candy Company, typically date to 1996. Correction, 1995. There are 1996 examples out there. These also come in 3 types. There's a red lid and a yellow. Guys, this keeps going, so I hope you have a minute. Yeah, so again, I bought this lot, and I bought the, over the weekend, I just kind of went on a seller's hunt for basic dealer lots, and so this is one of my better lots. Plus, as you can see, everything's clean and sealed. It's perfect for a seller. Next up is a 1995 Amaral bubble calculator. I want to see if this thing works. I have had examples in the past actually still work after almost 30 years. This thing is pristine mint. One of the coolest things about bubble calculator candy containers, look at this. Actually, well, you can't see it, maybe through here. They come with 3 sealed packs of bubble gum. And on the packs, it says bubble, there you go. It says bubble calculator, and they're dated, and they're really cool. And so, it's like a little hidden treasure. Next up is going to be in the same range, mid-90s Amaral binder bites. This was made to go in trapper keepers, so you can see the little holes here. And so it was supposed to go in binders, and these were sold for about 2 years during back to school days. And so I don't know if you've been to Walmart in the past week, but they've started their back to school. But back in the mid-90s, you might even remember this, 96. These were sold during back to school for kids to bring a bunch of candy shit to school. Next up is actually a pretty rare one, rare in this color. This is going to be the Amaral Super Gumputer. This has some play function where you push certain buttons and it empties out these different flavored bubble bits. These are called bubble bits. 1994. Made the year Kurt Cobain was possibly murdered. Next up is one I didn't have because it's so generic and pretty lame, but it's a candy purse. I actually do collect candy purses, so I'll be keeping this. One of my guilty pleasures. I have many guilty pleasures. This shit just keeps going, guys. It's like the bottomless pit of 90s candy. Well, bubblegum mainly. Next up is a sleeper, just a stupid ass Rudolph looking thing, reindeer. He's shitting into a bag. Believe it or not, these sell like hotcakes, even though I hate this kind of shit. This will probably last about 2 days in my store. I'm not going to list it for $1 million, of course, but like $20, it's like a quick 20. Next up is actually a pretty damn rare one. This one's also by the Foreign Candy Company. I love these, and I've actually, at least it's been a while since I've had a green one. I'm going to have to check to see if I have a green one. Yeah, there you go. 1996, but it's made to look like a bubble, with a wand. But in this case, it's made with candy, so the wand is made out of candy, and you're dipping it into powder. I'm going to keep that. I kind of want to keep it no matter if I already have it. I just love those. Next one, I actually don't have this. This is one of these obscure early 2000s marshmallow novelties. These are hard to come by. For one thing, they're very large. Look how big this thing is. That's what she said. But seriously, who the fuck wants to store this for 30 years? I do. So the torch has been passed. This thing keeps going. Yeah, there's no way in fuck I'm getting to this one. That's another candy lot. Yeah, there's a rare one in here. There's a rare one right here. Actually, these are too. This is going to be an Ace Ventura. Wait, you know what? Damn it. No, it's not. I'm sorry. Okay, so here's the deal. So this was made in the 90s by Creative Confections. They made this one, but they also branded this or rebranded it as an Ace Ventura, and they pretended that this was Jim Carrey. But this isn't the Jim Carrey one that I'm after. Anyway, oh well, I'm still keeping it. All right, next up is a Bubble Pop tops. I collect these as well. I have a big archive of bottle pops. They're typically dated. Tops is good at dating, I don't see it, but it's going to be around probably 2002 just by looking at it. Next up is going to be a Carousel or a Leaf. Oh, there you go, Leaf. 1994 mini gumball machine. The cello has been torn. Kid tried to play with it is what it was. Still, these sell very well. Hotcakes, really. So that'll go to the auction site. Next up is a 2001 Toy Story Mr. Potato Head. Pretty cool. This is actually, fun fact, made by Hasbro, who had the Toy Story license back in the day. They might still have it. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to just pull out the rest of these little bundles. That way let's make sure that's it. Yeah. So, yeah, I told you guys this is a banger, man. It's pretty crazy. By the way, I paid $50 for all this. Everything's mint. Everything's sealed except for this wasn't sealed, but everything else is sealed. And actually, I see something I needed down here. Next up is going to be probably a 2005. We'll check it in a minute. This is made by Awesome Candies. This was designed by Jimmy Chan, who also designed Cheap Toys. Let's check that, though. They're dated usually. Okay, I was a year off. 2006. Anyway, there's 2005 examples of this as well, but this is going to be the bubble message maker. So basically, you feed this bubble tape out the top here, and you can turn this dial to make messages, and it stamps it. It embosses the bubble gum. You could literally print "fuck you" and give it to someone. Next up is another one of these damn Albert's bubble shaker. It has this dorky looking mascot on it. I hate these things. So does everyone else. Next up is going to be a 1996 paint box bubblegum. I talked about these in the past. Please don't make me repeat it. I think I did tell you guys that they come with different color paint brushes, if that matters to anyone. This happens to be one of the prettier ones with the purple paintbrush, but the concept is that you literally lick the fucking brush. I mean, I guess you could use water, and then you paint on top of these bubblegum slabs. And I don't know what else. Next up is one I needed. It's just so crazy. But basically you wear this thing on your head and you put the lollipop as the little thing you're talking to, called Pop Talkers. I've never actually held one of these before. You can see the pretty banger Unicon Fist logo. Made in Atlanta, Georgia. They're dated with Roman numerals. This is going to date to 1996. Pop Talkers. For a minute, this looked like Matthew Broderick, or whatever the name is, from Ferris Bueller. If I wasn't looking closely at it, just kind of resembles them to me. Next up is one of my favorite candy containers of all time. Unfortunately, these were not made in many variants. There's only 3 variants, but this is going to be the 1994 Reuse It bubblegum. What is so cool about this is this represents a recycle bin. And not only that, it represents the recycle bins we had in the 1990s, because this is from 1994. And it's just so really cool. Again, this is, just to put it in perspective, the year Kurt Cobain died. I like to say this kind of stuff to kind of just put it in, timestamp it basically, historically. This example is kind of bad. But anyway, I love these things. I just wish they came in different variants. And I've actually never seen the display box of these. It's still one of my holy grails, is to find a full box. I just want to see the box they came in. I have a fantasy of them looking like a recycle bin themselves. So this is really cool. This is going to be a sucker egg lollipop. I've had one in the collection for years. I finally got one I can sell. This is made by the Spangler Company. They rebooted some really cool candies like Astro Pops back in the early 2000s, and they're still at it. Spangler is still around, but this is going to be their Suck an Egg lollipop. I love it because it's kind of mean spirited. This was one of the mysteries of the lot. This is what I saw in the pictures. I didn't see another angle on it. Now, I did assume it was some sort of reindeer thing. This thing is pretty cool, actually. I don't know if it's candy related per se. I don't really know what's going on with this. Actually, I do see a lollipop right here in the middle. But that's a rare one, guys. Yeah, his tongue is going to come out, won't it? Because you got this lever here. Yeah, I've never seen this before. This is pretty damn cool, actually. That's going in the keeper pile. And we got one more bundle. One more bundle. Yeah, I see one of those 1996 Michael Jordan there. Some MJ action. Pretty cool. This is racist, but I'm just going to say I sell these a lot, and I've just noticed over the years most of the buyers of these have African American sounding names, and I just noticed that. I've noted that over the years because most of this stuff sells to people with different sounding names than that. So it's just a little fun fact. But yeah, very cool. I love it too. But this is going to be the Trophy Treats. Now this is kind of piggybacking off of Space Jam. Oh, it says it right there, doesn't it? Yeah, but this is part of the Space Jam. This is made by Concord Confections, who made this. You can probably tell by the big plastic aesthetic. Okay, and the last thing is going to be this. I didn't have this either. Big annoying piece, but it looks like a ice cream cone filled with lollipops. Yeah, super generic, not something really up my alley. No really cool novelty factor to this. All right, so let me do a little review of what came in, just really quick. I got this massive lot of candy for $50. Everything but one thing was sealed. Well, I don't think this was sealed either, but there is something in it, though. Most of the stuff is Amaral or just related companies. A lot of big plastic items. Some of the bangers will be this very obscure marshmallow novelty burger that's smushed. Always love getting kooky shoes in. Got the cool black one in. And got this one in as well. Just some obscure shit, man. It's just stuff like this. Pretty obscure. Weird little variants of stuff I already had. This was really cool, even though it's a double. The Oreo Worms and Dirt. Yeah, that's certainly a highlight there. This definitely a highlight. Always good to get the aquarium candy in. You guys might remember Squeeze Pops. That's a sub-brand with this company. And sometimes the candy came in tubes. Sometimes they came in lava lamps. And in this case, they came in almost like this space pack. That would have been cool if they had made these space themes, like astronaut themes, like, space food. And then all this other crap that I prefer not to go back over, if that's okay with you guys. And a gummy snake. Alright guys, hope you at least enjoyed some of that. I'm a little burnt out with this. I can't go through too much of the stuff without my mind just getting scrambled. I'll be back hopefully this evening. We'll see what's in here. This is at least 7 pounds of more stuff just like this. Alright, see you guys in the next one. Russ Fan out. Oh, one more thing. Just a cool little thing, if I can find it. So, yesterday you might have saw me open one of these bubble blocks. this is just kind of random, but on the back, I was looking at it last night, and it has a Urban Outfitters price sticker. Just something cool, man. 90s Urban Outfitters. So yeah, I'll be keeping this example and trading out the one I had in the collection, and I'll just sell that one. How about that? I'll keep the cool Urban Outfitters one. All right. It's the little pleasures in life. All right, see you guys in the next one. Russ Van out.